Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regular monthly meeting of the Lebanon Town Council for the month of March. I want to thank everyone for being here. Tonight we have a guest with us, Jacqueline Boer, who's the pastor at Emmanuel Baptist Church, who's going to do our invocation for us. We welcome you and thank you for being here. And after her invocation, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. Jacqueline.
Thank you all for having me here. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for your goodness and for your mercy, dear Lord. We ask that you will bless each and every one of our leaders here in Lebanon, first responders, the doctors, lawyers, and whatever it takes, Lord, to run the town of Lebanon, Virginia. We just ask you to bless them with a double portion, dear Lord. Let it ebb down to each and every family. We thank you. We pray that you will give them the knowledge and whatever they need to keep things running smoothly. We thank you, Lord, for these and all blessings. In your darling Son, Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you again, Jay. Also, wanted to advise the council, let's keep Miss Deanna in our thoughts and her family in prayers as Tate is at this time at Maple Grove rehab. So she's with him tonight. Actually, she's been with him a week or so. But I think he is improving. So I would ask that we continue, but we do remember Miss Jackson and her family tonight. We have Mr. Keegan back. He survived surgery. He got new hips. Or a new hip. Not plural.
No, one.
One.
Yes.
Okay. So good to have you back. We'll go through the agenda at this point. Any business for the agenda to edit for business on the agenda? Under new business, I'd like to add Town County East End Welcome Center. New business. Anyone have anything else? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
I'll make the motion, Mayor.
Is there a second?
I'll say.
All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Hope everyone's had a chance to review your minutes from the February 10th council meeting.
Mayor, I'll move to approve the 2:10 regular council meeting minutes.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. I see we have this edition of Drew,
Yes, sir.
for bills and accounts. Mr. Gilmer, have you reviewed these?
I have, Mayor, and I'll make a motion to approve the February accounts payable, along with the preliminary AP report B as presented.
Thank you.
Second.
Is there a motion and a second? Any further discussion? All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, as advertised, we have a joint meeting this evening with the Lebanon Planning Commission Excuse me. So I'm going to, do we have a quorum, Mr. Chair? We good, Drew?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so at this time, we'll ask the planning commission to come forward. We'll come down there. We are in a joint meeting with the planning commission.
Sorry, looking back here. Probably ain't none of them. Yeah, look at
Or down there.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Tonight, we have two applications considered for rezoning. Normally, we have Ms. Diane read them, but I think Mr. Short's going to read them tonight.
You will go to the first one first, Dave. An application submitted by Greg Fields for rezoning property from an R1 single-family district to R2 general dwelling district. The property is located at 545 Frontage Road, and all adjacent property owners have been notified.
All right, thank you. Is there anyone that would like to speak in favor of this application?
I mean, I can speak in favor of it. Of course. I'm fine with it. But I guess I'll talk when I get my turn, so I'll just talk then. But I guess I'm in favor for it. I'll agree with him, sure.
Is there anyone here in attendance in opposition?
Greg, you got anything to say about it, plan-wise or anything?
Yo, you me go up there and say?
Yeah, come on up.
No, the reason I want to rezone that is that 36.7, 37 acres there. What I want to do is put a double out over there. I would put a mod, but the money wise, you know what I'm saying. Keep it, it's apprehended to everybody. But I can put a double out there and be fine with it. But that's the only reason, but what I'm gonna do, and somebody said, well, we don't want to change the zoning because you can build apartments. Well, if I was gonna move over there, I wouldn't be, you know, I had no idea about doing no apartments or anything. It's too late in life, I'm not gonna put all that. I just wanted to put a double out over there, and that's it. One house, the end.
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Fields?
Don't be bashful now. That land I've got on the 36 or 7 acres there, it's the same piece of land that Michelle and Corey's got. But years ago, the 4-lane cut in two, and that's where it was, because me and Kevin's deal with it before. But that was one whole tract right there. He just cut it in 2 years ago. And the 3.7 acres above the town, above the state, you know, the road, the frontage right there. And the reason about that is that if something ever come in there, you know, I didn't want to move the state, because it took 2 or 3 years if I did. That's the only reason and it won't be no more than one house there. I don't want nothing around. Not even Dave, I don't want Dave.
I think you're good, man.
I built a wall. And, you know, of course, everybody knows here, the double wides and the mods are looking the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's something you ain't gonna get out of, you know, everybody's, the reason they doing the 312 roof is because it costs so much to raise the roof. You just can't afford it.
$17,000 more dollars for 2-foot pitch roof. I can tell you.
Is it like go from 312
To a 512, the
Yeah.
normal mod pitch is $17,000 more dollars.
And you know, years ago, you all may have said, sometimes the sticker roof was cheaper. Sometimes you back in the 70s, we was building,
Oh, yeah.
because it wouldn't take as much engineering and it wouldn't take as much lumber.
Right.
But today's day has changed, everything's changed. Any more questions?
Just out of curiosity, where are you planning on putting it on the property?
It's right up there where I used to raise corn,
Okay.
right in the center, you know where I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. Up behind the barn
Yeah, it's up on the hill, there's a big old flat spot there, and, it's all right in that area. I was gonna move it on up near the woodland, but I'm afraid we're gonna run into rock and need some more wood there, I just think it'll change. Cause you can barely afford it up right now, you know, it's flat right there, but that's where it's gonna go.
there. Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You get that, Kevin.
Do I have any motion?
Dave, I'll just make a motion, just since our chairperson's not here this morning, or today, and also, our representative from the town council's not able to make it today, and then we weren't able to meet for our normal March meeting. I don't have a problem with rezoning, but I'd like to get together and discuss all of it, table the recommendation until our April meeting.
Okay, we have a motion to table this until next month. We'll have a second. Second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
What is that date, Drew? What will that date be?
More than likely, we'll do it the Monday before, it'll be April 7th. We may just do it at 5 o'clock at 14th before the council meeting. Probably whichever one is the end, we can see if that's what that is.
Okay, we have a second one. Mr. Short, can you read that one for us?
Yes, sir. An application submitted by Michelle and Matthew Reed for rezoning of property from R1 Single Family District to an R2 General Dwelling District. The property is located at 405 Fields Avenue, and all adjacent property owners have been notified.
All right, is there, Mr. Reed, would you like to speak on this one?
Cool. There we go. We bought this property off Mr. Fields back in '22. We knew it was in R1. We done our research. Didn't have a problem getting mine. Check, I tried the last 4 months. $200,000 home at 8% interest is $2,000 a month mortgage. I make pretty good money. I don't know about y'all. But I don't know anybody that can afford a $2,000 a month mortgage. Like you said, when they're making just like a double wide, it's gonna look just like it even if I get them all. I'm gonna put porches on it, roof on it, be up there by myself. That's all I want. I'm trying to get a place to keep my family right here, born and raised. Know him very well. Know him very well. Know him. Know a lot of these very well. My family, out of Castlewood, you know. I want to keep my little girl here. Her money's here. She goes to play hut, therapy. Drew's wife even does therapy for my little girl in school. Our money's here at Walmart. We spend everything right here. We just bought furniture at East Street Coleman. Why? Because we want to be right here. I can leave here. That's no problem. I don't want to. I want to stay here where I'm at with my family and my people. That property that we have down at the bottom of it, that his 9 acres are adjacent to, is in R2. Part of my bottom property is in R2. But where I'm at up top is in R1. Don't make no sense. But if I can get a double wide at 8% interest at $40,000 cheaper, I can still go ahead and afford to put that home up there. Get my family there. Well, the old saying is double wides hurt property taxes, right? We just all got our property taxes, didn't we? I did. I don't know about y'all, but I did. Okay? Well, that man right there can test you, we've got a bunch of double wides around us and houses. His just went up double. So double wides are hurting homes. How is that? His property went up double. When we've got double wides all around him. My neighbor is the trailer court down there. The trailer court. I could throw a rock over the hill and hit one. So why am I having to fight to put a double wide up there? It's going to look just like mine. I shouldn't have to. But I'm trying to go through the hoops to do this right. I knew what it was beforehand, and I was fine with getting them on. But like I said, in today's world, with interest rates the way they are, we're going to push a lot of us people out. It ain't just about us. It's about everyone in Lebanon. But I'm not saying every area needs to be rezoned. I do believe a lot of areas in certain places need to be looked at and possibly rezoned. If me, that makes good money, and my wife, as the assistant manager at Walmart in the bakery, if we can't do it here, how are these people living in Lebanon going to do it? What do you think a $300,000, $400,000 house is right now? FHA loans, they're only 7%. Well, if you do a double wide or a mod, they're considered a structure loan. 8.5. I've been doing this for 6 months, y'all. We've been trying to get a home. I promise. If I can get a mod, I've done that there. But I don't see why I have to keep fighting to do that. I'm trying to do the right thing and get it rezoned this way so I can keep my family here. I don't want to leave, but if we're forced, I'm not going to pay $2,000 a month for a home. I'm sorry. Thank y'all for your time.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Is there anyone else here to speak for or against this application? All right, do I have a motion on this application?
Mr. Boyd, I'd like to make the same motion. Table this until the April meetings, have our 2 other members here and discuss it. I'm not saying I'm against it. The only thing I want you to know, Corey, is just because if it does get rezoned, you still got more work to do after that. Then it's eligible for conditional use. So then we have to apply for the conditional use. Unfortunately, come back again. But just to let you know, I understand. The only reservation I have about it, I have talked to Mr. Campbell, one of the neighbors down there. If he would be willing to go R2, it would make that decision a whole lot easier. Because looking at the map, your section basically puts him on an island of R1. And, you know, I know he's not here today.
But he's got a double wide right on his butt.
Right.
That is literally right behind
And
him.
I'm not saying
I'm not either. I'm just saying, you know, I understand his
I
point.
just want you to know
But, yeah.
if this does get rezoned, it doesn't automatically guarantee that
No.
nobody can go up there.
You know.
But you know that where Bobby lives, that right there is in R1. It runs all the way from there, plumb the back here, to exit 1. It runs all the way through Lebanon Manor. It comes that far. It does, all that R1 from where Bobby lives, right there. So.
And Bobby ain't gonna do nothing. No offense, that's between us, but he ain't gonna do nothing. But I appreciate what you said.
Okay, I have a motion to table this till next month. Do I have a second?
I have a question. Mr. Floyd. So let me clarify for us again, for the property that Corey's talking about is if I'm going south on 19 on the right-hand side. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yes.
And part of it is R2?
Yep.
It does, it comes up there.
Comes on my property, but then the rest turns to R1. And Greg's 9 acres that's hooked to my property is in R2. Already.
And you'll have a chance to talk to Mr. Campbell before the, before your planning commission meeting.
Yeah, he's called before, actually, he mentioned that he would be here tonight, but I guess he's not. But if he would be, that would make it a whole lot easier. I'm not saying I'm voting against it anyways, but I'm just saying that would make it a whole lot easier.
So, in relation to Mr. Campbell,
396,
so he's right next to where Corey's wanting to,
396, all that
Across
whole
the
clearing that goes back through there.
oh, I see it
390,
there now,
That's all R1.
okay.
Yeah, he's down below the hill on us. He wouldn't even see us up on the hill.
But see, that R1 where Bobby lives, he just goes his yard. See, he don't go down there to the barn though. See what I'm saying?
I think it goes that whole distance that's cleared off right there. But you don't have, I'll show it to you, you don't have a picture.
Is it, up, Corey, is it higher on the property you want to, is it?
He won't even see me. He's at the bottom
Away
of the
from the
hill.
water, so I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, he's on the bottom of the hill down here. My property turns right up on him, goes up to the top of the hill. You drive halfway down it, and my water line's sitting there already, done, waiting. That's where we're putting our home, halfway down the property. He won't even see it up there. They ain't no one that would even see it.
It's up on top of the hill. You could see it for a second from the 4-lane.
If you look at the deer statue sitting on the property, the water line's sitting right there for where the house would go, and that's where the house was gonna go.
It's probably 100 feet from that state fence there on the 4
If you
lane.
know that big tree up there on that land, it's about 100 foot up above that big tree. There's a big tree on that land up there.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, any further discussion? I have a motion to table this. Do I have a second? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That is all I've got.
So we need to come back in the April meeting? Do I need to come back in the April meeting? How will that work?
We'll have a recommendation for the council at the April meeting.
Is, Corey, that, yeah. you
Do I need to
come back.
show up to that meeting, is what I'm
Yeah,
asking?
you won't have to talk or anything like that, they'll just have the answer for you then.
Do I have the answer for us on the rezoning before we leave that day? Is that what you said?
For the April meeting.
Okay. Thank you.
We'll make the recommendation.
To the
Right.
council.
Okay,
Absolutely.
thank you.
All right. Thank you.
I'll be here. So,
You log it.
I told her how it was. I said, I've done everything I could for the last month. If I can get them on, I would. But like I said, there's literally $2,000 in there. There's only $200,000 home. $200,000 home, 8%
Was it after the last club or the
They are mine.
Yeah, but they combined first. One of the other landowners has prepared some.
So,
So we drove by Jeep.
you know, it's almost the same.
We don't show there yet. Hope to.
Yeah. But,
Thank you.
we do all we can do. So, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Let's tell that is. All right. Good luck.
He's got half an acre, just in right there.
You talk to them, they're all going down.
Yeah, I went in and checked everything out the day after the flood. See how solid it got.
That's this end. Talk to the other end.
Why do we need to study?
They're still talking about it.
Huh?
I think he's still talking about it.
Yeah.
They should have been here and get that rezoned.
I think they might be able to do it.
Only way you can build between the barn and the house. Because the water got up right there, the edge of the barn.
Took a look at
Oh, yeah.
Do you want me to?
What we've got to do, Corey, and what's happened is we've got two of our members who are not here, okay? And they need to see this.
Okay.
They need to talk about it. And that's also one of the main reasons we're moving this, as you understood, postponed it to April,
Okay.
okay?
Mayor, would he necessarily have to be here though, since?
Well, I don't know. We know where he is. I mean, he's did a great explanation. Unless you all want him here, I don't think he has to be here.
He's not mandatory. His position.
You did.
Nah, I mean, well, I was just asking because I missed work today to come here.
Sure.
You know,
We don't want you to miss work again.
So-
We'll get that to you. We'll get to you.
And also, what you stated would be in the minutes, so the other planning commission members would read.
that'd be great.
Okay?
Bobby, Bobby called me today, and he's got in his mind that the double wide is gonna be down there as you go up the hill in front of Dad's house driveway.
Yeah, he thought I was gonna I made a little parking
And I
spot to the
said-
side, and he
I
thought I was gonna
told
put my
him-
home there.
I said, you idiot, why'd you run the water line up from the top?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why he was opposing at first, because he thought I was literally gonna put it right in front of his house.
Which would be like
But
house
ain't
to house,
happening.
and that's not what we're
All
complaining about.
right, you don't have to miss work again.
Thank
We'll be up to you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
I just have one question, hang on just a second. for me.
Sir.
Sorry.
Oh, you're all right.
I know you have to advertise and have another public hearing and all of that, if it does get rezoned for the conditional use of the double wide. Is there any way of applying for that, depending on what happens on the rezoning, instead of having to wait a whole other month to apply for a conditional use permit?
I don't think you could, I think if it has to be advertised, so for right now, it's not advertised. If it goes eligible, I don't think you can ask for it.
Okay.
Thank y'all.
Thank you all.
Thank y'all for your time.
Thank you all.
Mr. Boyd, officially, what's your recommendation to the council?
On both of these, we are tabling until next month's meeting, so I have no recommendation
Okay.
tonight.
Do we need to take any action that the council, that the commission recommended tabling to the April meeting, or are we good?
You're fine.
Okay. All right, thank you. Any word from Ms. Russell? They're not coming? Wanda Burke?
I'm just coming to tell you that we're bringing Mark Merrill back to the schools September 24th and 25th. Hopefully y'all can find the time to come at some point. We're going to do the same arrangements we did before, the 24th, which is Wednesday. He'll be at Homemaker in the morning, Lebanon in the afternoon for 2 sessions. He will be at Lebanon Middle School. No, sorry, Castlewood in the morning on Thursday. He will be at the middle school in the afternoon. He will do the community event then, the 25th in the evening at 7.
At the middle school?
Yes.
Both of them. You'll be out there on Thursday evening?
Yes,
At the middle, and then that night, the community?
yes.
Okay, thank you, Wanda.
Just wanted to let y'all know.
Thank
Hope
you.
you come and listen if you haven't.
It's September.
It's September 24th and 25th.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Depending on what we get those feedback, we might try to use the theater if we can on the 25th. We everybody's in it.
Okay.
Y'all asked last year and you couldn't because it wasn't ready, so,
Okay.
depending on feedback
Yeah.
from the crowd.
Okay. All right, Mr. Short. Hey, thank you and the planning commission for what
Thank
you're
you.
doing. Look forward to meeting with you next month.
We'll do it again. Here, slide out.
Drew? Yes, sir. I'm sorry, I'm gonna get in front of you. I think I wanted to add this East End Welcome Center under new business, I believe. Did I say that?
You did say that.
Okay. Some of you probably remember this, who were on council. About, a little over 2 years ago, when you're going out of town, when you cross Big Cedar on the east end, that area out there, there's 2 areas that VDOT owns. At the time, VDOT approached the county and the town about establishing a East End Welcome Center coming into Lebanon. And of course, they were willing to donate the property, etc. Well, the man the leader of that VDOT move got a promotion. He's now in the Bristol Regional Office, and this has come up again. What we're looking at doing, the interest is, we talked about making it kind of like a East End Welcome Center, paved with kiosks, etc., coming into Lebanon, and a welcome center. That's back on the table now. So there's grants out there through, these CEDA's, one pot of money, and the State Tourism Commission. If you noticed, St. Paul received, I believe, like $250,000 for their welcome site going into St. Paul on the right. So there's pots of money out there. What we need, what I want to know from the governing body, is everyone interested to pursue and gather more information on this project?
Absolutely.
Do we still have the renderings, Mayor? Can we
We
get Drew,
do.
can we get Drew to send those out, as town manager reports?
The ones that we originally had?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll get them to, as a matter of fact, Diane, I think you copied them for me today. And we'll send those out in a packet to you before the next meeting.
Do those renderings need to be revised at all?
Probably.
I would think so too.
Yeah, they're gonna be, because the things have changed, and we don't know enough. I do know, it's kind of like if you remember grants before, it, hypothetically, if we're eligible, which Jonathan told me we would be, their max is $50,000. But what you have to do with most of the grants, as we all know, the acquisition, all the grants that you get, there's always that language match,
Right. Well,
which can be in kind.
yes.
Okay, so we need to find out more specific info on the grant availability for the county, where they stand on it as well.
Right.
And so,
I think we'll have to have some cost estimates
Oh,
for
we
the
will.
granting applications.
yeah,
I would also like, in the meantime, to be looking at the same design, but I'd also like to look back, look at a possible scaled back version, if it's something that we've got to do ourselves. I'm still interested in doing it.
yeah.
So,
See, it's going to, and Kevin, you're probably going to have to help us here, because it's going to be, if it can be a joint effort between the county and the town, well, that portion that we're talking about is not in town.
Yeah.
So we've got to find out how, what role can we play? How do we go about being a partner, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? So I'll ask you to be thinking some thoughts on how we can, it's a very worthwhile project. I think it fits our mission, what we want to do as a town, and what we've been doing, and I think it's a good opportunity to continue that effort. So I'll send that on. First thing I'll do is get with Ms. Nunley, and we'll package some info and have it sent to you. Okay?
Mayor, can our landscape architect, can Nathan be working on updating those renderings?
If you all, that's
I
agreeable.
think that's under Drew's.
Drew will make a note there, we'll get up to Nathan. Because I don't think he's talked to, I'm pretty sure he hasn't talked to Lonzo about this yet.
Is that the property by the red light?
It's that,
Flat?
yeah, flat, yeah, the big flat area, where you normally see
Slow.
trucks there and piles of, but it
You talking about on
varies.
the south side or the north side? There's two sides. Bristol side or Playboy Hill side?
North
It's Fayetteville
side.
Hillside,
And if I recall,
from here.
the kiosk, it was almost like a gazebo, but it wasn't the shape
Yeah, it's
of a
kinda-
gazebo. So it was
yeah.
just, when we say welcoming center, don't we?
Yeah.
You know, it was just like a couple, some parking areas, some signage,
Crooked Road wants to be a part
some
of it.
plantings, and then, like a covering where you can put your brochures and
Yeah,
have a kiosk. But, like I said, if that partnership doesn't work out, I'd like to still look,
I think we
do some basic signage, plantings, and beautification out there.
there's room to do a lot out there. It's all about money, as you well know, but, you know,
And we may not be able to get the whole lot, Mayor. It may just be, they may, I would think they just give us a,
that, well, let me answer that part. Well, what has to happen now, that whole process of VDOT has to begin again, okay? So Alonzo would, if the board, the supervisors of Alonzo wish to continue on this review, we'll have to get VDOT again to see if they want to donate the property. Because all the paperwork had not been done when the other gentleman got promoted. So we lost our contact. We got a new resident engineer there. So a lot of work to be done yet. I just want to throw this out to make sure that the interest is still here on the part of the governing body.
So would it be beneficial to the town to go ahead and have these renderings already completed and paid for to help move the project along, or should we wait to see if they're even a player before we spend the money on renderings?
Well, they meet, still meet the first Monday, don't they? First Saturday, or, do they meet Saturdays?
I think they changed it back to Monday.
Do they go back to Mondays?
First Monday at 6.
First Monday at 6, which would be the 7th. We think we can talk to Nathan about that a little bit through and just kind of get an idea. It's a good question. I don't know we want to agree to pay for any renderings. However, I would like for Nathan
well,
to be looking at
we
it.
may need it for VDOT support as well, though, Mayor.
Well,
You're right.
That's why I was asking.
That's right.
Just to give them an idea
To
of what
know
we're
exactly
doing.
what we're looking at.
And it'll be very little, I think, updates to the old one. Now,
Yeah.
Scaled version, where they just give us a small amount of property, we're doing planning, something similar to what we've done at our entryways. He'll have to do that from scratch, but
Well, we know what, when Nathan has worked with us on projects before, he'll come in and he'll give us different options to look at, and then we can adjust them from there,
Sure.
okay?
I just want to make sure it's beneficial
Okay,
as far as going to them with a business model.
I want to meet with him too, Drew,
Okay.
okay? And y'all meet. Okay, thank you all. Now, Drew, it's all yours, then.
Thank you all. There are a few things to go over on our manager's report this month. Starting with the pickleball quotes, the surfacing and the fencing, which should be two of the last things we have to get approved, get everything going over there. In the information packet, you'll see the first quote for the surfacing. They will get two quotes on this, and these are, these surfaces went by the plans of the blue and the green courts. Also includes 3 sets of nets installed, poles, and the center, what's it So this includes resurfacing, 3 sets of nets, and installation of those nets. We got the exterior services, PSI. They actually have on here when they were out here, me and Shane met with them. They actually did the pickleball estimate at $29,421. And just while they're here, they did the basketball court also, $18,490. That's a total of $47,911, but all I was interested in tonight was the pickleball courts. At $29,421, this is a company out of Bluefield. They came down and looked at it. The second company that we've got, they're out of North Carolina. Same thing, apples to apples, same square footage, installing nets. They actually had to add hotel room and mileage onto theirs, and they came with an estimated price of $43,939.
How's the basketball courts holding up? You been over there, Brad? Or Drew?
We went over there and looked with them the other day. They're holding up pretty good. They've got even Shane's paint that he put on there, kind of that epoxy paint, the black paint. There's not any, huge cracks or anything. The biggest concern you have over here is they got to come in and basically crack that top layer off and make it rough again for that court, for that stuff, epoxy to stick. It's such a smooth finish, they can't.
Slippery will etch it.
Right, yeah, they come in and etch that whole top layer off, make it rough again. So we can, this pad though, we can save a little bit because when we pour it, we just have a rough room finish on it, ready for the service.
Can we also go ahead and touch up? Is that possible? Do a roof, is he still, can we do it ourselves? Do you remember what the cost was before on the, I just hate to have a brand new pickle court and then have, I know under the gold, some of those places will wear out, but I don't know if you can necessarily.
You may touch up on the basketball court or
Yes.
something? I can check with Rob. I don't know what all goes into that, but I'll check with Rob and see.
So,
Also,
what do we have to do to the basketball courts?
to research,
This guy bid,
yeah, basically,
$18,000.
yeah, basically you come in there and he's got to etch and rough up the basketball court, but basically bust off probably a
Yeah,
1/4 inch
okay.
where it gets rough, so this epoxy sticks to the actual court. It's so smooth right now, when it dries on there, as soon as it starts peeling, it's just
But
going to
it'll be like a tennis court when it dries, right?
peel. Right.
I mean, it'll be smooth in there, kind of fills in and.
Yeah. It's got a little bit of sand and stuff in there to give you some grip, to give you some footing on
It would match up with our pickleball courts.
it.
I was just thinking, I'll ask it this way, is it possible for us to do the physical labor of breaking it up?
No, I wouldn't want to do that,
You don't want us to do that?
He's probably got a
no.
machine.
It's a machine that comes in.
Oh, strips it up?
Yeah.
It's almost like when they grind up this asphalt, when they mill it.
Yeah, I got you. It's kind of like milling.
It's not near that extent, but basically.
Well, let's deal with the pickleball first.
And then just to say that the basketball price at $18,000 is surfacing the entire court, not just the 3-point line and paint. It's surfacing the entire court, but then also doing the paint job.
Okay.
So it's
Oh,
not just,
bad.
yeah, it's not just doing what's already there and doing the paint,
Yeah.
and that's why it's resurfacing the entire concrete area
Lines back
and then
in.
putting the lines back down.
Why did they add this to their proposal?
They were just here and seen it.
All right, but this other company in North Carolina didn't know anything about that.
They didn't come.
Oh,
Yeah. The company from North Carolina didn't do it on site. They just made a quote off square footage and what we could tell them we were going to finish the concrete at.
are you saying that hypothetically, if this exterior services from Bluefield, if they got the bid, came in here and did the the pickleball course, would they'd already be on site to start work on the basketball if we want to do that? Is that right?
Correct. Yes.
How long is this $18,000 go through
For the surface and
How
area,
long is it good?
price good for?
Bid.
all 30 days.
30 days.
Yeah, and I think the way they talk, we talked $18,490 is probably a one-time deal. If they're here, they're going to do it. If we ask them next year to come back and do the basketball practice,
It's gonna go up.
yeah, they're on site, we're gonna have cheap.
Pretty good.
I'm good.
Right, so we've got this info in front of us. Do I have a motion from any of the council members?
I don't know if I'm wording it right, but I would like to proceed with exterior services to resurface the pickleball courts and the basketball courts as presented. Not to exceed
The quoted price.
$48,000.
I'll second
And that's exterior services?
Yeah.
Yes.
Correct. And 40,
Not to exceed 48.
okay.
47,911.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Now, when can you get them going on it?
They're actually, he's gonna, this gentleman, once I'll contact him tomorrow, he's actually gonna come down while they pour the concrete and go ahead and set the poles and stuff.
Okay, good. That's good.
Just curiosity,
Yeah.
we got April 5th, we have lights coming.
Randy's hoping to get here. He says, once they get here and start digging, it's gonna all depend. The third baseline is the one he's worried about right now.
They won't have me jacked up that I can't have.
Open day, no, he knows about open day.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I've talked to him.
What are those poles over there on the property?
Those are the footers that goes in the ground for the poles.
For pickleball,
No, for the baseball.
baseball. Okay.
Yeah, I need to know what level of anxiety I need.
Yeah, yeah, no, he knows about it.
Can you,
You'll be stressed either.
can you maybe press him along a little bit?
Okay, go.
That'd be good.
They've been on site the past couple of days. They're planning, getting ready to start building the rack and go ahead and doing their trenching. But yes, I will. The second pickleball quote is the fencing. There is quotes in your information packet, but those quotes are no longer, those aren't good. We did that for 350 to 360 feet for the fencing to go all the way around. Once we looked at the plans again, the fencing's only on 3 sides. You have the retaining wall on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
So the new quotes that are at your stations are they're 225 feet of fencing.
Is that gates included?
Two gates.
Two gates.
I've been on 2 different style pickleball courts. Some have an 8-foot partition. Is that what you told me last time? We're shooting for an 8-foot
8-foot baseline, from baseline to fence, is that what you mean on it?
Well, I guess in between courts.
In between courts would be 10 feet. So you have 100 feet, the courts are 30 feet long, so you'll have 10 feet in between.
With the fencing in between.
The height of the
Height of
fence.
the fencing in between. We'll do it 8 foot. I've seen pickleball courts with that, but also I've seen it.
Small.
I think I honestly was, the guy that came and looked at it before, he was gonna give us some options at just almost like net height.
Yeah.
Because basically all you're doing is stopping the balls.
That's what I was wondering,
Whenever
can we
you
do,
watch, Randy might
can we do get by 6 feet?
I think 4 feet.
He's actually
Or
talking
less.
about he's not talking about the
Yeah,
outside.
it needs to be 4 foot.
He's talking about court
He's talking about
You'll have 2
separating
fences.
I think you're 6 foot, you're gonna make it look like a prison.
If it was 8 foot all the way, it's like a prison.
I think 4 feet inside, to separate,
I think 4 is good.
I think it's good too.
Is 6 enough on the perimeter though, Brad?
No, I've never seen one with that less. No, I'm not saying it's not, but I've just never seen one
Yeah.
with that less.
With what?
8 foot. 8 foot perimeter.
Well, yeah.
So we can't do a 6 foot, that's what we're saying.
Well, we got 2 prices here.
Is there a regulation on, is there any type of regulation on courts?
Not at all. You mean,
In
like
between
fence height,
lights?
or what you wanted to host a tournament? Everything we've always played has been probably 8 foot, but most of the time,
So,
actually, I don't know if I've ever played on a new building. Most of the time, you're always in a tennis court That's got two
So if the-
fences around it.
this-
What's the surface?
Is there any regulations on sanctioned terms?
What's the surface gonna be?
The epoxy, it's like epoxy, like tennis, like tennis courts.
Do you know what, do you know what height was on the rendering? Because that's what height I'd like to do.
It looks like 8 foot to me, it looks like pretty high.
I've got it, Randy. Do you know anything if there's a pipe on the centers?
Between the nets? I think over at Bristol, they're just like 4
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, they're not, if they're even that high.
If they're even, yeah, it's just
Not-
only
not
balls.
down.
You don't have
It's
like
like
6
6
balls.
feet, 6 feet.
Yeah.
4
4
feet
foot
good.
would be more than
I
enough.
think 4 feet is plenty.
Yeah.
Just so it's regulation that you don't have to.
So,
do
Drew-
something later.
What my thought is if we approve, if we approve 225 of 8 foot, we're gonna come in less because we're gonna have 8 foot choke down in the middle, 4 foot.
Right, so it's like, yeah, I actually looked at that, it looks like it's probably 6 foot in that render.
I couldn't tell the one in the middle. On that.
I don't think it's got them. I don't think so. And I think some of them I played on, they just have another net.
Yeah, that's about.
Like a temporary net.
Bristol over at the sports place,
Yeah.
that's about what they've got to net height
Right.
between the courts.
Then with Bristol too, the perimeter's about 8 foot in the rim.
Yeah, you got about 8 foot all the way around the outside of your court for.
The new one over there.
But the one that separates the two, that separate the three is.
All right, so
Where is
why
that?
don't we just bring it up to-
Remember where Hills was?
You've got it.
Right behind
I
it.
mean,
where
you
the
go,
armory was
you
at.
go 6 or 8 foot in between. It's
Just turn left at this light, and go up through there, like you used to turn on the go hill.
8 foot render.
Looking right at it, there's a big recreation complex.
They're indoor courts, like walking on this car.
I mean, I'll almost look and see, they may have something that we can separate those courts without having, like, we got like temporary nets.
You know,
netting up.
like the larger tournaments have just a
That way we don't
triangle
have,
board,
that way we don't have to drill holes in our ground
Yeah.
concrete.
they just have a board that deflects the ball back to you instead of who travels on over
With advertisements on it.
with ads.
But
Well,
I have no idea.
why don't,
You don't get the ball back?
8 foot.
Dana was cheaper, right?
Dana,
Dana, he was cheaper.
yeah.
Come out and try it, kid.
Why don't we just move forward with what they've got, because they're cheaper? Because we know for a fact, we're not gonna use 8 foot all the way around. So let's just move forward with their quote, and in that time, we'll figure out exactly what we want. So all it's gonna be is cheaper.
And like I said, you can, whatever you guys want to do, but if you just want to, my biggest thing was not necessarily inside, my biggest thing was getting the construction of the courts built, getting that fence up.
Let's just move, I make sure we move forward with Dana Ashby as presented.
On the 8 foot,
8 foot commercial.
8 foot commercial, and then all we'll
With
do,
modifications.
all we'll do is come in less if we decide to go,
so it'll be 3 sides instead of 4.
yeah, you don't want to get back, you know, well,
I'll second that motion, Mayor.
Any discussion? I do have discussion. So, is there any way, any chance, Drew, when you talk to Dana here, this, looks like they're gonna get the bid, will they help us out on this 4 foot inside fence?
I can offer them. Yep.
and we can
Will
call,
give us a break or something? Well, I mean, if they're here is one, I mean, if they're coming.
How far
to
do those go across, Brad? Full court length or?
that's what I'm saying, let's call Bristol Sportsplex, once you do that, I mean, they just hosted a national ranked tournament,
They usually
find out
stop.
what they need and then go.
A net would be really better, you would think, because if you run into that fence, that's gonna
It's
hurt.
gonna be like running into a fence.
That's a good thought.
Look at our gates
That's
at.
gonna hurt.
What do they have over there in Bristol?
I think they just got like net height, like another net that runs down.
Like a tennis court net?
Yeah, just keeps it right down the middle, keeps you from knocking your balls over.
Yeah.
They gotta make something.
You don't have a lot of high balls that go over from the side,
Right.
at least we don't.
Tear them down or something, so nobody was there.
Got a motion and a second.
Okay, I'm just trying to
I'm sorry.
He's still running.
make discussion.
It's still processing.
They must have liked it to bring it back in.
So
August,
if,
Brad.
under this,
No, I'm going.
Brad, what if we instead of a 4-foot fence, what if we just put up tennis court nets? Instead of running into a metal fence?
Right there it is. That's a boundary right there. That's all they make, the boundary. Looks like a roll of silk fence, 2 foot tall.
Plus it's got 2 pipes at the end of it, stretched between them.
Show me the fence that's on the court. What's it made, what's it made of?
Just a nylon fabric.
Okay. Nylon fabric. Okay.
Just a branch cloth and coal mines put out there.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second. Any other questions?
So that should make that a lot cheaper than, or some cheaper.
Yeah, we did.
I'm in favor.
I'll just wait to see on Scott if he's ready to vote.
Dude, you still shooting for April?
Shoot. I don't always hit my, I'm not a good shot.
They keep asking me for a lot of years.
Okay.
Keep that pad board is a big thing. Keep that pad board is a big
That's
thing.
what we,
I see a picture.
Yeah.
side to side.
Yeah, 2 sets.
Put it before it.
All right. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, continue on.
Next thing I need, all I need is action to approve advertisement for the Stoops Reach sewer project.
Finally glad to get to that.
Yeah, this was, it was held up for a little bit with some easement
Yeah.
issues,
Okay.
so we've got
Are we
that.
good?
We're good.
Need a motion to approve. We have a motion, is there a second?
I'll say.
Got a second? Motion is second. All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Aye.
The finance committee and anyone else that wanted to join in met last week to discuss and rank the general engineering services, so we need to take motion on,
Is that good for 3 years?
that is good for a year.
A year.
You can, it's good on a year-to-year basis, but you can carry it forward up to 4
Okay,
years.
you've got 2 for you.
Yeah, so for,
You can renew it year to year, up to 3.
Up to 4 years. Yeah, every 4 years we have to do this again, but the product, the services are year to year.
I believe, let's see, wasn't that, did it end up being Thompson and Litton that finance was recommending, or do y'all remember?
Lane Group.
Lane Group?
Yeah, we ranked the Lane Group higher than
Oh, that's
Thompson Litton, and then we, one company or engineering firm didn't submit the qualifications. Mayor, I'll go ahead and make a motion now to move forward with general engineering services with the Lane Group.
Sorry, Scott, to interrupt you. So in that motion, need you to include comply with Virginia Procurement Act.
In compliance with Virginia Procurement Act, Mayor, I'll make
Okay.
a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll say.
Discussion? I have discussion as well on this motion. Mr. Shore,
Yes, sir.
when you meet with Matthew over this, just a reminder about charges, the fees. In other words, get the best deal you can get from it.
And timeliness.
And timeliness. Matter of fact, I wouldn't care to sit in with you and Matthew on that meeting as well. Okay? Like to look you eyeball to eyeball. He and I have done that before, so I'd like to do it again. Okay, is everybody all right with that? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same side.
I've got a few updates.
All right.
Start with the bad news. Anthem Insurance has increased 10% for our health insurance this year, which seems to be par for the course. It's been going basically up 5% each year, but in 2-year increments. So last year it didn't increase. Year before that was 10%.
Yeah, they make it full.
This year back to a 10% increase with our health insurance. Miss Diane sent out thank you notes, but I'd also like to go ahead for the minutes and thank the Lebanon Volunteer Fire Department, Virginia Department of Emergency Management, Russell County Emergency Management Center, Lebanon Police Department, Wise County Hazmat, and Lebanon Life Saving Crew for responding to our chlorine leak situation at the water plant this week. Could have been a whole lot worse than it was. Nobody was hurt, nobody was sick, and we were back and running within about 4 or 5 hours of finding out we had a chlorine leak. So, like I said, thank you to all those first responders that helped on that. We did have letters sent out to them as well. And the last thing I have, we can do it, just discuss it in personnel if I need to, but I was going to let you know, the Virginia Rural Water Conference that I attend in Roanoke, Justin Warren, and probably this year more than likely Steve Sweet or Wes Gilmer, one of those two will join, is April 14th through the 16th next month. The council meeting is the 14th. Didn't know if it's okay for me to miss that or if we want to move it to the 7th.
I think we're probably gonna need you to council meeting.
So is it possible to move that to April 7th if anybody's, I don't know, anybody's work schedule?
I don't think I can move it.
Do what now?
I don't think I can move the council meeting. I mean, I don't know if I can be here on the 7th.
Just,
I can check.
we can look at it and see.
So the conference is the 14th through the 16th?
Yeah, Monday through Wednesday.
Well, you could go up Tuesday morning. Get a day and a half of it.
I could.
I really think, I mean, with what we've heard here tonight and the planning commission issues, we're gonna need you here.
Where'd you say it was, Drew?
Roanoke. I think that's all my updates. If anyone has any questions.
You sent out some info. Have we decided the fire department open house date yet?
Yes.
When is it?
April the 3rd, 5 to 7 p.m. I believe the date's on that.
5 to 7.
I think it's a Thursday. Is that right?
Who's gonna know, who's taking the lead on notifying the public? Are we doing that?
We'll do a joint effort. The fire departments increased their appearance on social media, so they have a lot of posts in there too, so we'll do it together. I'll double check, see on that. I think it was 5 to 7 or 5:30 to 7:30. Remember that?
What'd she say? She can't talk, I'm sorry. 5 to 7.
5 to 7, is that what it was?
I've got something for Drew, Mayor. You want me to go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
We talked about coming up in our small business advisory board meeting, Drew. And this is, I guess, a question for the mayor too. Did we reach out to VDOT about the center exit lighting?
Jeff's supposed to be getting back to me on
Okay.
that. Yep.
And are we pursuing the flagpole at Asa Tank, Mayor?
Well, I didn't put that on there. Y'all know the tank there above, behind Holiday Inn, the Asa tank, the water tank. Had some thought about putting a large flagpole up there with the large flag.
Huge is a better word, Mayor.
Huge would be good, yeah. Which I think it'd look good in Lebanon. How y'all feel about that?
Sounds good.
Brad? Lige? Nyla? Scott?
Yes, sir.
I'll meet with you on that too, Drew.
And Drew, I had a question. Did AEP charge us anything to do the schematic and the photometrics when the preliminary information?
That was before I was here.
Okay, because I'm interested in seeing like what it would cost and see if it makes sense to extend our lighting project to the DMV intersection. And I'd like to see if we could just gather information on that. Not sure how much it would cost, not sure if the council would, support that or not.
Is Jim still working, do you know,
He did the baseball.
Jim Porter?
It's, if I recall, Mayor, Jim never charged us anything to come and look at the
He did.
projects.
That's correct.
And then Ken's would obviously, since they got the last two contracts, I'm sure they could give us a quote
Yep.
on how much it would be. The only thing that might cost some money is Nathan and his renderings, if he, changes the signs and paints a guardrail and puts up, he mentioned putting a small retaining wall or something out there somewhere. But anyway, I'd like to pursue that,
Just to get some info.
just to get info, if possible. And the last question I had is Little League Open Day.
Still,
Are we doing, does the town, are we doing anything special? I know we do the parade, I know we do, are we doing the inflatables for the kids this year?
Got that on my supervisor meeting in the morning with Shane.
Okay.
I've got all that on the agenda for it to ask him what he has.
We gonna get some food trucks maybe, Brad, or are we not doing that this year?
I
Or what's
spoke
the
to
plan?
Shane, and when you get done, just call me,
Okay.
Wednesday.
we had trouble last year, didn't we? We didn't have very many food trucks, did we?
Weather,
Oh, the weather.
yeah,
That's right.
unpredictable weather.
Okay.
I'm sure this year will be great. Open day is April the 5th. Shane did mention he's gonna do movies again for free for the kids,
Okay, great.
during the day and at night. So,
Is it still 10 o'clock, start at 10,
yes,
the
yes,
only open?
yes, I haven't given any thought to it yet.
Okay.
We do need to start,
Awful cold that morning.
we do need to start, I know, the 8th grade practice today,
We go to 11.
first time team. No,
You don't want to go to 11?
no,
We are playing ball at
no.
that.
That is,
That's right.
today was the first day anybody's been on the field, really, on a team. And it's his first time of the season, but we'll have to, it's gonna need some work. And I think the batter's boxes we've had those boxes in there for
The mats need to be
3 or 4
replaced.
years.
Oh, yeah.
Probably need new mats, or either get rid of the mats, cause they wasn't a big hit,
Yeah,
and just do clay bricks there and do it.
yeah, I'm fine.
Oh,
Do you know what we need to do over there?
yes.
Will you care to coordinate that with Drew?
And
You're all right
I
with that?
just wanted everybody here to know, I spend a little money. Not a big chunk of change, just normal maintenance.
Justin was there, he's been there already,
Okay.
edged up.
Can we get our guys to, some of the net needs to be, some ties need to be placed on some of those spots, Drew and Brad, cosmetically.
If we need to replace it, I may have some we can, about,
We actually
I double-
we found some netting back
I
there
like
too.
double or triple ordered last year, so that's take for us, we need some.
Some of it looks like black zip tie would work though, just pulling it tight to the pole or even some of the broken areas.
Also,
Do we still have that pictures thing, that mound, that portable mound?
we,
Does it work? Do you use it regularly?
Yep.
Is it in good shape and all that good thing? Okay.
Can we make sure that the pitcher's mound, that those inserts or those,
so,
I mean, while we're doing the batter's box, can we
I
do the
feel
mound
like
too?
whenever we get Billy or somebody out there, we do need to locate, because there should be 3 mounds.
Reset.
There should be 3 mounds there. We need to locate and get good plugs in.
Are you saying 3 pitchers now?
There should be 3 different lengths of softball pitching mounds.
Or the metal?
30, 35, and 43.
And how do you
Think
find
I'm right.
those?
Dig.
Dig it?
It's not too hard to find, because if you draw a straight line and then measure out those distances,
Yeah.
the plugs are there somewhere.
So it's 35, 40, and 43.
35, yeah, that's it, 35, 40, and 43.
Yeah, I'd like to get that.
Yeah. If you're gonna fix what in there, let's
Yeah.
fix it.
That's right.
Yeah, I'd like to get those dugouts, Drew, and I don't know if you want those to go under Shane or under, our guys, but
get those dugouts pressure washed out, and any touch-up paint needs to be done.
There's, the mats that they will remove, from home plate, just while we're doing it, need to be removed from, we put one there for, while the college used it, we put a carpet pitcher's lane, it needs to be removed. And while we're doing the clay bricks at home, we need to do clay bricks up that altitude.
What is that, you talking about from the pitcher's mound down or from home plate down?
No, that'll be from that 43 towards the pitcher's mound.
Okay, there's a carpet there now.
There's a carpet mat somewhere.
College doesn't use it anymore.
No, and honestly, it's a great product, but it wasn't received as well as
Gotcha.
I had hoped it to be. I liked it because it's no maintenance. It ain't good on your butt cheek when you slide home. It's a killer. Other than that, our standard funds that were given, we made.
Bleachers are in good shape and all everything's in good shape.
Flags are in good shape.
No, we put up new flags.
Flags need replaced.
Yeah, the
Town,
scoreboard.
town flags on
On
both ends need replaced, scoreboard flags need replaced.
left field, right field, the whole thing. We got company coming to town on April 3rd, so 5th, we want to look good. Those youngins.
The league will also host, again, not a state tournament, but will also host the 11 and 12-year-old district tournament. So that'll be 7 or 8 communities here.
Both places.
If we get our lights done, maybe just one place.
Oh,
So
when is that? That's in June, isn't it?
that will be in June.
Yeah, it'll be, you're gonna have your lights for them.
Will that be a portable mound or we'll try to build one?
I've got a really good portable man we can use. If we need to, we'll build one too.
Was there a time, did we put a timeline on those lights?
Shoot for April 1st, when we first did everything. That was before we got pushed back with snow and this and that. We got, like I said, once he gets in here and starts working, I think we'll move pretty good. Especially on the ball field part of it. It's just 4 lights
I
now.
couldn't remember if that's part of that bid packet or not.
No actual day.
Hey Drew, out there across from DMV on the hill, like you're entering DMV, we go across the road up toward the Pruner property there, that brick wall. How far does that right of way go? Do you know?
I have to look.
Reason I ask, there's a big tree that's fallen, and there's sections that looks like it could come to the road. I wonder, I mean, is that something we could get out of the way?
It's on our right of way.
See, that's what I don't know what the right of way
I'll check
is.
and see.
Okay, thanks.
That was what, 15 feet from the center line?
All the pins different.
Pits,
Some are
the road goes.
50-foot right of way, it's 25 foot, some of them have all the way up to 60-foot right of way, 30 foot from center. Just all different.
Right there.
Any other questions?
Anything else from Mr. Short? That list seems to be growing right on.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Okay, Chief.
Thank you. So I'll just, I don't have a whole lot tonight, just kind of go over some numbers for you. So for February 2025, I'll let you know that we had a total of 85 traffic summonses and warnings, 25 total criminal cases coming in, 17 total arrests. We responded to 7 total motor vehicle crashes, 12 assist motorist calls, and had a total of 569 calls for service. 11,835 miles patrolled. I will kind of just give you a little brief on our DTF report. So we did have a successful purchase, some interviews that they conducted in search warrants. One thing I wanted to let you know is, in the month of February, our DTF agents seized $11,000 and 500 pressed fentanyl pills.
Fentanyl,
Yes.
all those, it was all fentanyl pills?
It was pressed pills. that-
Pressed pills.
So fentanyl's used to press them, so.
$11,000 worth, or is that
No,
cash?
11,000 cash and plus pills. And a total of 12 firearms.
Good, they had
So,
them
so they are working pretty good and hitting it pretty hard for us. Other than that, everything's going pretty smooth. Obviously, if you have any questions with some of the personnel matters, we can discuss those now.
later.
Yeah. Other than that, everything's going pretty good. Starting to get some of the radio stuff in that we ordered. It's funny because it's coming in pieces, so we haven't got it all yet, but at least it's starting to roll in. So I appreciate you guys helping us out with that. Everything else is going pretty good.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Mr. Tiller?
I don't have anything, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. Have y'all had a chance to read the request at your desk from Ms. Horn?
Yes.
I'll talk about that a little bit later, if everybody's had a chance to read it. Okay, this time I need a motion to go into closed session for legal counsel and personnel.
Mayor, I make that motion to go into executive closed session under section number 2.2-3711A, under number 1 personnel and number 7 legal,
And number 5.
and number 5, Mayor, respective business or industry.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.